Everybody always says that saran wrap or tin foil always works just as fine with saving their paint in their paint tray, or sometimes even a garbage bag or a plastic bag. That was a huge struggle of mine because it did not, in fact, keep my paint fresh. So anyway, we decided to put it to the test to prove to you that the Repaint tray is worth it and that it does keep your paint fresh. So we are 1 week in to testing 3 different solutions. We worked with a garbage bag, obviously the Repaint tray, and your standard foil. We poured in about the same amount of paint, and now we're going to check it to see what the results are. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna start with the garbage bag and a standard plastic tray to see what the results are. I can already see that there's condensation that has built up in there, which obviously means there was moisture that got in, which is not great. Okay, so surprisingly, it did keep the paint pretty wet here. A little bit dried out on the top, some skimming. Otherwise, honestly, we could maybe mix it up a little bit and be able to use this again. So I will say the garbage bag was not super bad. There is some dryness and clumping there, but for the most part, we could probably use this paint. And this has been, all of this paint has been sitting here for about a week. Okay, next we're gonna go to the Repaint tray. I kept my brush in there because I like to be able to use my brush. As you can see, kind of similar with the garbage bag, the paint has separated, so we'll be able to mix that up and use this again. I also left my brush in here. This brush has been in here for about a week. This is still very wet. We would definitely be able to use this. You can see it's flexible, which is obviously very important for a brush. We don't want it to be stiff. So this paint, for sure, we would be able to use this again, no problem. Just need to mix it up after it's separating. The nice thing is, for this feature with the Repaint tray, obviously we can let our paint dry. Once it's dry, we can peel it out, wash with soap and water, and use it again. Compared to the plastic one, this is gonna be a one-time use. Even if the garbage bag did keep our paint fresh, that plastic waste is still going into the landfill at the end of the day. So our last one is the tin foil. All right, I'm actually decently surprised here too, but this one is definitely clumpier. A little bit dried out in some spots. We could probably have this work. It's not too bad actually, but it is definitely clumpy. You can see there's some clumps in there too. However, again, this is still a plastic tray. And the saran wrap, or not saran wrap, the foil, the plastic tray, liner, and everything, that's all gonna end up in the landfill again as a single use. So if you plan on doing multiple projects, the Repaint tray is definitely the way to go. It also provides a little more convenience for starting and stopping and putting that lid on it and coming back to it. It's great if you need to take a break, go to lunch, or walk the dog, whatever it is. Plus it's reusable and way more eco-friendly and better for the environment. So what do you think? Do you think you would rather use a plastic bag, the Repaint tray, or foil? But we're gonna keep this project going. We're gonna see how long our paint can actually stay fresh in here. So tune back in another week and see how long this paint goes and see how long it stays fresh.